Thank you for selecting Most Loved Wrestling, the place where wrestling is most loved. The year 2025 is nearly over, and I doubt there's going to be any more title changes, but you never know. Could be a shocker. Maybe I'll add them in later or amend it later on. But as of right now, I'm going to go with what we got. I'm going to give you my top 10 favourite title changes of 2025. But before we do so, like this video, share it with a friend, and push the notification bell. Number 10 is the cashing of Tiffany Stratton. Well, I guess it helps Tiffy be one of my top female superstars and that. But objectively, this was a good cash-in, and it was an even better title change. For months, she cozied up to Nia Jax, a champion who she wasn't willing to take on head-on. Nia was so dominant that Tiffany thought she would never be left in a vulnerable or prone state that she could take advantage of. So she came up with a plan: get close to Nia Jax, make her trust her, be her right-hand girl, so that if she ever was prone or vulnerable, Tiffany Stratton could take advantage. And when the time was right, she did, and she did it in a big way. Now, as Tiffany's one of my favourite female superstars, this was the perfect way for me to start my 2025. Now, my only problem is, it had to come at the expense of someone else who's one of my favourite female superstars. Number 9 has got to be the most recent title change in WWE. Thea Hale winning the North American Women's Championship. This is the greatest spot of 2025. Thea Hale deserved this championship, whether it was booked or not. This was God rewarding someone's hard work when it's been overlooked. And technically, she's the only real champion in the WWE. Shout out to the ref as well for getting that right. If a superstar does not kick out at 3, you just have to call it. Don't do what Daphne LaShawn did. In 8th place, Jacy Jayne becomes the NXT Women's Champion for a second time. Now, we all knew eventually Izzy Dane was going to snake Tatum Paxley. You knew something was brewing. You knew eventually she was going to turn on her and take the NXT Women's Championship away. I didn't expect the betrayal to happen in this match. So it was the shock factor that did it for me. Not to mention, I was shocked that Jacy Jayne won the championship the first time. So for her to now join the likes with Charlotte Flair, Shayna Baszler, Roxanne Perez as 2-time NXT Women's Champs, I was doubly shocked. For my 7th spot, it's John Cena winning the Intercontinental title. Now, John winning the Intercontinental title, that wasn't there to build up storylines. It wasn't there to build up a superstar. The only thing it was there for was to add to the legacy of John Cena, making him a Grand Slam champion. And it worked as a bit of fan service, which I happen to be a fan, so as you can imagine, I was served. But you know what I said? It doesn't serve anyone. It did serve somebody. It actually helped build up Dominic Mysterio, because Dominic Mysterio got to say that, well, he didn't say it yet, but he does get to say that he's the final man to relieve John Cena of a championship. Number 6, Dominic Mysterio winning the Intercontinental Championship. Not the second time, but the first time. And yes, the second time was cool as well, but for me, that was more about the return of Liv Morgan. It wasn't about the fact that Dominic Mysterio won the Intercontinental Championship. I just want to put that disclaimer out there. Don't want anybody thinking I'm nuts. I just didn't want the lines to be blurred between me being excited about Liv Morgan's return and somebody actually winning the championship and how that win made me feel. But when Dominic Mysterio first won the Intercontinental Championship, you have to remember he was the weakest on paper in this fatal 4-way match, but still he managed against all odds to walk out there best all-4 man, and in the best way possible, he pinned his stablemate Finn Balor, a former world champion, may I add, to become the new WWE Intercontinental Champion on the grand stage of WrestleMania. And the best part was, it wasn't just me that was going crazy. The fans was eating it up as well, and it made this moment feel even bigger. This was one of my highlights of WrestleMania 41. Number 5, John Cena winning his 17th World Championship. This is one of my favourites, despite Travis Scott, despite No Rock, despite it being a little slow, and despite probably being one of Cody Rhodes' worst matches. And it felt for me like John Cena was trying to re-familiarise himself with how to work a match as a heel. I don't think that I'm alone here. I think that some of you felt his inauthenticity when it came to the way he was fighting in that match. But let's be real, this was Cena's 17th World Championship. The most World Championships that the WWE is willing to recognize. I'm going to say it like that because I don't want to piss off the Nature Boy Ric Flair, and I don't want to piss off any of his fans. I'm one of them. But let's be real, this shit is unprecedented. This is always going to be one of the best title changes. Number 4, I'm going with Jacy Jayne becoming the NXT Women's Champion for the first time. Now, as I said, Jacy Jayne becoming NXT Women's Champion in itself, that's shocking for me. Then you go ahead and make her be a world beater in Stephanie McMahon, who was untouchable. She was defending 2 championships at the same time on the same night, and she was doing it successfully. Then you have this underdog in what we thought was just a throwaway match, a match booked just for the love of the game, a match where we didn't know that the underdog had other plans. With a little bit of outside interference, this underdog was able to knock Stephanie McMahon out and become the new WWE NXT Women's Champion. And you should have saw everyone's faces. It was just like when Taker's streak got broken. The people were in shock. I'm someone who never gets shocked by what happens in pro wrestling. And I don't say that just to big myself up. It just happens to be a matter of fact, innit? But I was sitting there with my jaw dropped in silence. It was brilliant. In my 4th spot, the Mad Dragon wins the United States title. Now, I missed Ilya Dragunov, no homo. When he got injured and had to go, I was devastated, I'll be real with you. And it was worse because I had mixed feelings about his booking in the WWE prior to getting injured. So when his music hit and he accepted the United States title open challenge, you can believe that I was over the moon. Now, I've never conducted a damn thing a day in my life, but I was there dancing, doing the conductor hands to his music. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands flinging them around, but I was just doing what he was doing. I was that excited, it didn't even fucking matter. It felt good to see Ilya Dragunov, the Mad Dragon. Yeah, the most vicious son of a bitch, as Kurt Angle used to say. The most vicious son of a bitch in the WWE today was back in the WWE. And then when he won the United States Championship, that was even better for me. I was even more happy, and I would never turn down being more happy. And I gotta add, he's carrying it well too. He's definitely one of, if not my favorite champion in the WWE right now, because let's be honest, he has been responsible for absolute bangers since returning. In 2nd place, Naomi cashes in the Money in the Bank to become the Women's World Champion. Now, of course, Naomi's cash-in is high on my list. Now, you guys have probably forgotten by it now, but I haven't. This year, if Naomi didn't get pregnant, she would have been Female Superstar of the Year. She was cooking in 2025. They took the reins off her, they let her be free, they let her explore her character. She was having fun out there. It was fun watching her do it. But you know what was more fun than that? Watching her become the Women's World Champion for the 3rd time. She was doing so good this year that I was constantly living in fear that the WWE are going to fumble this run that she's on. Listen, I was telling everybody that was willing to listen, this is going to be the most legendary run of Naomi. This is going to be the run that Naomi is remembered for. This is going to be the run that when you get a legend in the 2K video games in like 20 years time, this is going to be the Naomi that you get. But still, I was worried that the WWE was going to fumble this. So the fact that they managed to hit a layup, I was so proud of them. Because let's be honest, this WWE, it couldn't have been easy. And my number 1 best title change of the year 2025, Seth Rollins cashes in his Money in the Bank to become the World Heavyweight Champion. Now, this to many people is the greatest cash-in of all time. For me, it's probably 3rd. I got the Heist of the Century at number 1 and Dolph Ziggler at number 2. And then this would come in at number 3. And this could be considered a heist as well. Think about it. Seth feigned injury in a match with LA Knight, and the legitimacy was 50-50. Some people really thought he was hurt and some people thought it was storyline. But genuinely, people just didn't actually know what side to be on. It was on the fence. So because of that, a lot of people were shocked when he returned and cashed in. And for the people that were sitting on the fence, all doubt was removed when Seth Rollins dropped the crutches. He removed the leg brace. He ran down to the ring, beat the hell out of CM Punk with the briefcase, gave him a curb stomp, 1, 2, 3, and the new, undisputed, best title change of 2025, Seth Rollins. That's all I've got for you. Thank you for watching Most Love Wrestling. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And one love.